Current affairs in recent news. Actually, is it yeah, today or yesterday?
So,
There was a shooting in
yeah.
Nigeria. So, come on, what's the story?
I mean, I'm guessing it was today because it was in a church, wasn't it? So, isn't today
Oh,
Sunday?
so it has to be like Sunday. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so that should be today, innit? So yeah. Apparently they're saying it's Fulani herdsmen, but honestly, I haven't had that confirmed by anyone. So we're just gonna say some armed shooters or armed robbers. I don't even know what to call them. Some bandits, whatever you want to call them, though,
Mm-hmm.
entered into a church in Ondo, Nigeria today, Sunday. What's today's date? The 5th of June. And they killed, from what I've heard, it's like I've heard a report say 50, I've heard a report say 20 something. To be honest, nobody really knows. But there's a video someone recorded when he entered the church and you can see the dead bodies on the ground, like just covered in blood. Like honestly, the thing is crazy. Like when I saw it, I'm just like, whoa, what is wrong with this country? Because you have America every day, there's another shooting in America. And then even in Nigeria here, there's shootings happening almost all the time. The only difference is,
Mm.
I guess, we don't even have the right to bear arms in this country. So we're literally defenseless, like in the most literal
Mm.
way. There's nothing we can do when these guys pull up. So yeah, that's what happened anyway.
You know the thing, because like what I'm thinking is, and like every time something like this happen, then like the politicians always come out and they're like, "Oh, we'll track them down, we'll track them down." Like, is that something that they can actually do in Nigeria? Because like it seems like at the end of the day, nobody's ever really brought to justice. You know, it just seems like it's like wherever they'll say our condolences, and then we just pretty much like move on, and like it happens again and again and again. Like how. I don't want to even say how do we stop it. Is there really like an answer? Like what do we do from here? Like
There's like, it depends on who you ask. Like some people, if you ask them, they'll tell you that we have the intelligence to stop this. Like they know where these people are, but for some reason, whether political or otherwise, they're just not willing to either bomb the place or go in there and get rid of them. I don't know who has a deal with who. This one that they're saying the Fulani herdsman, the governor of Ondo, he like
mm,
he like passed a law or something that kind of spoils their work. Like instead of them being able to do what they normally do, there's some law that went on that, and now they're restricted in their activities, something like that. So this is retaliation for that happening. But again, this is all rumors, and I don't really know what happened exactly for them to do what they did. But regardless, bro. I mean, in the what year is this? 2022. There's no way you're telling me Nigerian intelligence doesn't have a way to know where these people
I
are. I
don't
even
know
saw,
though. I mean, could
bro,
do
I saw a
they?
video. I saw a
Uh-huh.
video from 2 days ago that Fulani herdsmen were caught in a trailer coming into Ondo 2 days ago. And there's no shock if these were the same people that did this shit. And nothing happened. Like they were caught them in a trailer, like they were packed inside this trailer like sardine. And then they just let them
Yeah.
go. Bro,
Ah,
like we can't be doing this.
jeez.
Most of these Fulani herdsmen are not even Nigerian, bro. It's
Oh, that's
like
actually wild. Like right,
yeah, most of them are
the
not
surrounding
Nigerian. They're
countries.
from yeah, surrounding like Niger and all the other surrounding places. Like most of them are
That's even
Nigerian.
fucked,
So it's kind of
man.
crazy that we just allow this shit to happen and then people die, like in the church as well. Bro, after all the religious tension we already have in this country, these guys, whether they're Muslim or not, I have no bloody clue. But in addition to this, there was another blasphemy, something that happened yesterday, and they set them ablaze too. I'm
Oh,
like,
in Niger
like
again?
in Niger, in Abuja here, like,
Jeez.
God, this country, bro. Anyhow, man, Rose, what you saying?
Yeah, so man, it's crazy. Like, because from what I saw, it's like the Catholic Church. It was like very deep in the city center. From something I saw on Twitter, and they said around there, there's also like the palace and the military base. So, like you'd expect that those areas, to an extent, would have some level of protection against stuff like this. I know it's it's not a nice scene. I couldn't even open any of the videos, Seth, because the fact that there were children there. I saw one picture of a lady, like I don't know, maybe it was her daughter that she was holding, very young,
Mm.
wearing a dress, and she was covered in blood. Like those are not the sights that like you expect to see. And imagine for the other children that are probably there that they didn't die or they got hurt. Imagine the level of trauma that
That
they'll
is
have to carry after such an experience. like
Mm.
it's not a nice
Like
one.
you wake up on Sunday to go excited to go to church and then you just never come back.
Yeah,
That's
Bro,
wild.
man.
That's wild.
like I even saw there was this babe too that she tweeted that she lost both her parents.
Yeesh.
It was like she sent a DM to she was sending a DM to one of her friends, and she's like, they're checking, and then that's how she just told her friend that as of this moment she's now an orphan.
Oh, I saw that
I
actually.
can't
I
even
actually
imagine
saw
the
that.
level. Yeah, I can't even imagine the level of pain. And yeah, like the thing about these experiences is that like when you experience something like this, you almost don't feel safe anywhere else
Facts.
because you're always looking around like, is is this going to happen again? Like, there's no reassurance that like you're actually going to be safe and all. And it's quite unfortunate like that like occurrences like this have become a a frequent thing.
Yeah, it's
So
basically.
much that like at a point like people just see it as, oh, it's normal at this point, and it shouldn't be. Like, it shouldn't be at all. If innocent people's blood are getting shed, like justice should be able to do something about it. It's quite unfortunate that our leaders play a great part in this incompetence, or else things like this should not be happening.
I
Um,
mean, where do you even
I
start?
only hope, yeah,
Because if you look at this thing, right? Even if they recover like the bullets, they're probably unregistered guns. If you look at if they want to do fingerprints or anything, whose DNA is in what database? Like, where do you start in finding these guys? They're already masked people. Like I said, probably not Nigerian, coming from another country. And then anything that points to identification or whatever is probably not in any database in this country. So how do you actually find them? Like, I don't know,
Yeah, that's the
man.
thing.
I,
There's
I
basically
don't.
no way. There's basically no way to like to track shit like that. Like,
Like unless you see them with your own two eyes, like maybe you saw them inside a van somewhere, or inside one forest. Or, like unless it's that, then I'm honestly not sure how you catch the people that actually did this thing.
yeah, literally. And like, yeah, actually, because I guess because Rose mentioned leaders, and like this is not even meant to be like an episode about Nige, but like we'll just keep it going. Like the thing about leaders, right? And there's one thing that like I think it was Popsy that was asking me, and I was like, you know what? That's a very good question. Because if you think about it here, realistically, Nigeria has effectively been the same from independence all the way up until today. There's pretty much been little to no progress. So what is it about like power? What is it about like leadership? Is it like corruption to the point that everybody has a payout price? Because you see all these guys campaigning and campaigning and campaigning. Oh, I won't do this. I'll do this. I'll do that. But then when they get into like position, like what is it about that position that just switches them? Like things then become worse. Like what like is there something that's happening in the government of Nigeria, like or in the administration that we don't know? Like because I can like literally I can campaign to you now that oh when I grow up I want to be blah blah blah, blah and I'll make things right. But I can now go there and be a waste man. If that's how it's been from day. So like what actually is it there? Is everybody just being bought out? Like are they just paying them money? Like nah, I mean like
You
do you know what
know,
I mean?
it's,
Like
it's funny that you say that because it's this, and the timing of this whole thing is a bit weird as well because there's something I'm writing now and it's on like tribal afflictions and whatnot. So when you say like we had independence and just move backwards, literally the first two lines of it is is about that. Because it's like, bro, we got our independence and for some reason, instead of progressing as a nation, we just regressed.
literally
There's tribal wars everywhere. There's okay, and this question that you asked in terms of what is it about politics, I feel like when you go into a system that's already designed a certain way and
Mhm.
you have your ideas that are contrary to the status quo or whatnot, and then you want to change the status quo, it's not always easy because anything you try to do, you need cooperation from multiple people. And
True.
unfortunately, if those people are also already ingrained in the current status quo and they're benefiting from it, they may not want to acquiesce to whatever new ideas you have. And then if you try to force your changes, they're probably gonna get you out of there. Like whether it's they kill
Yeah,
you or
but
they
isn't
remove
that
you,
isn't that the more noble way to go as opposed to just folding and then because then everybody's confused. Yeah, I mean,
well, it
like
depends on who you ask, because like at the end of the day, someone can feel like the little benefit he can do from inside is more than what someone else who is totally corrupt would do if he was the one that replaced you. So it depends on how you look at it.
true. I don't know, man. I don't know. Cause like that's just this is going to be a controversial statement. I mean, and the niggas might not agree with me on this one. But at the time of independence, to be honest, I feel like they should not have given us our independence. The British people should have stayed for at least a little while longer
Funny
until
enough, I've
things,
thought that before.
huh?
I've thought that before as well.
Literally, no, they should have stayed because like this is just fuckery. Like they left at a time when things were too critical. Like, and it's the same thing that is still killing us today. Like, even if they had stayed up until modern times, so to say, I mean, yeah, okay, the UN or whatever, they'll be like, oh, you can't colonize people, you know. I mean, there's like other things happening. Yeah, fine, but at least we would have light and water. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. Like, the fuck, like,
All the trains that they started and they never
yo,
finished.
and they never, yo,
They
man,
never
honestly.
finished anything. Even though they did it for alternate purposes, but at least they sure did it. And they probably had plans to make it nationwide. But like I said, man, it's just sad, bro. Like honestly, it's just sad.